Prime Minister Mark Carney has to be very careful that his approach to Canadian federalism doesn't turn cooperative federalism into hostage-taking federalism. And why do I say hostage-taking federalism? Well, Prime Minister Mark Carney, right before the Memorandum of Understanding was released between the Government of Alberta and the federal government, kept musing about the idea of giving the province of British Columbia a veto over a new oil pipeline from Alberta to the west coast of British Columbia, which would then bring Alberta oil on tankers to Asian markets. Now, Mark Carney kept saying that he thought British Columbia had to agree to such a project before it could go forward. Thankfully, the final Memorandum of Understanding between Alberta and the federal government says that the government of BC has to be consulted and the province of BC has to have substantial economic benefits from a new pipeline, but it does not include an outright BC veto. So why is it so important that Mark Carney stop talking about giving provinces vetoes over major national projects? Well, according to Canada's Constitution, if an infrastructure project crosses provincial boundaries, it becomes a matter of federal jurisdiction. But Mark Carney seems to want to give provinces vetoes. That's a very dangerous thing because we have a bunch of different provincial governments with different agendas, different priorities, and different interests. And if you give every single one of them a veto over a major national project, we might not build anything big in Canada at all. And Prime Minister Mark Carney keeps talking about the fact that we need to build big things in Canada again, that we need to be our own best customer. And in order to do that, Canada needs to build big things and we need to get things done quickly. And in order to do all of that, we need to have the federal government take charge and approve projects that are in the national interest. And we cannot have rogue provincial governments veto important national projects. Now, the government of BC is very much against a new oil pipeline to the coast of BC, the northwest coast, and they're against lifting the tanker ban, which would all be part of this proposal between Alberta and the federal government. If we were to give the government of BC a veto over this, this project would never ever get done. And that's precisely the problem. So Prime Minister Mark Carney has to be very careful with his rhetoric. He can't be giving vetoes to provinces when we desperately need to build projects of major national importance and we need to get them done quickly. No more vetoes. The province of BC or any other province should have to cooperate by the same rules and follow Canada's Constitution. The federal government needs to take charge, and the federal government needs to make sure that major national projects are built and are built quickly.